So now I've just had a great conversation with Chat GPT, and probably for some people this is strange, but so far I gotta say I've been very convinced. Had a really good impression so far. I mean, didn't talk about every single subject, but basically so far what I've talked about with ChatGPT has given me a really good impression. Basically, just had a bit of a conversation concerning goals, the path I'm on, strategies, what I want to do, and basically created a certain structure for a daily mission briefing to sit down and actually reflect on where I am, what I want to do, what I want to be, what things I can optimize. Checking in on a few different areas, very broadly about the business, cash flow, YouTube, training, nutrition, private life, social life, mindset, physical, emotional well-being, very goal as well as area oriented, value oriented, and added that to my checklist. I got a checklist on the phone that I use to track steps or tasks from the sleep schedule, times of me getting up and the cold exposure, going to bed at specific times. So really got a checklist for that, and also for the nutrition. And this daily check-in or that mission briefing is going to be now part of that checklist. And really just I'm gonna say me and ChatGPT sounds strange, but basically set up a certain structure to quickly sit down and go through just step by step through a few different key areas. Basically, a recap of the last mission briefing or previous mission briefings based on optimizations. Right now, one thing which is quite a point is the sleep schedule, or actually just getting in more sleep during the night so that there will be more energy throughout the day, better mood, more focus, more clarity, and with the increased energy and not feeling tired, I think that also will allow me to be way more in the mood and actually have more energy to just go for a hike after work or after the training, be more in nature, and it would allow me to be calm and think outside of the box. When I'm outdoors, especially when I'm outdoors on a mountain by myself and I watch the sunset, when it's really, really calm. When I sit down on a mountain, I watch the sunset. Usually in those moments, I'm calm, but also I do have the ability to think very, very clearly. And there's no distractions, no noise. And when I do that more often again, I think it also allows me to just be more aware of where I actually am. And also it would generate more opportunity to record something meaningful for the subscribers here on the channel, so that you don't have the same kind of video every single day. And I was thinking about that a lot yesterday evening and also this morning about how I would do the vlogs and the videos here on the channel. And I think I will stick to really just a certain process, and I will stick to the cold shower and habits, showing habits basically, because that's what I value, and I think it has a lot of value for the viewers when there is something which I see as important. If I just show it consistently, I think the effect is way deeper than just doing one single video about a certain topic, like the cold exposure or like the training or the nutrition. But if you actually see it every single day or really consistently, I think it's gonna be more effective. And you're gonna have something like a daily reminder for a certain habit. And probably it's also gonna show you that you don't always have to feel good to do something. Probably nowadays, when it comes to social media, we could very often think that in order to be successful, you would need to have had a happy childhood, or you should need to feel close with anybody, with your family or friends, or you should have friends, you should have social connections, and you should have this and that, and you should have a lot of money and whatever it is, and you should be traveling and should be on a nice island in a sunny weather and a fancy restaurant and having that super nice tasty meal, and everything should be great, and you should have your people that you can hug. And if you don't have that, I mean, when it comes to social media, possibly you could actually think, okay, if I don't have all this, if I don't have this super nice upbringing and the nice lovely childhood and all that stuff and the cash and that easy life, it would be so hard for me to be successful. If you think that, and I believe there's a high likelihood of people actually thinking that when they see social media nowadays, then it's gonna just really extremely, it's gonna slow you down. It's probably gonna give you an excuse in life to not try something and not do something. And if you probably just see someone doing stuff, even when he or she is not in the mood, and you see people struggling and just sticking to a certain path, I believe that could be way more inspiring than seeing all those people who look super happy and successful from the outside, despite probably not being so deep inside. But it could be more of a push and more of an inspiration to see, people who probably struggle and don't have good days all the time or a good mood, and see that they, despite probably not being in an ideal situation, they still can get something done and do something and be active. And I believe, therefore, I'm going to stick to just, even though it could be repetitive, it could be boring, I'm going to stick to just posting those daily habits and the routine that I've been on the channel. I guess some people like it, some other people don't. And I believe nowadays we have so much variation, so many different channels, so many things you can watch online, that I believe if you're going to look for entertainment, you can of course tune into, let's say, another channel which shows you something more entertaining or something else. And if you would then like to check back into a channel, just basically my channel, which would be probably, or at least now currently, more focused on just building a routine and sticking to a certain way of living, or sticking to certain habits, like basically a clear nutrition schedule, a sleep schedule, a culture, our training schedule, building and working on habits, then you could go or actually check back in on my channel. I think that's so far the plan. And I'm gonna have that first, let's say, mission briefing today, or an official mission briefing, and talk a bit and really take a closer look on where I am right now, and gonna optimize the sleep. So, and also, gonna start with certain changes, and I think you will see that in the videos. That's about how it is right now. Now, hopefully, what I do hope is that this video has provided some value for some people, and hopefully there is not too much uncertainty or too much unclear. I guess when you watch me online, you don't really have an extremely well or good impression of how it really is for me. I mean, I felt stuck for a long period of time, and it felt really challenging for me. I had many days and years, or somehow you could say, in which I just was somehow just existing. But that's all the past. I don't want to focus on that now. I think for you to change, you cannot just focus on the past. You have to focus on where you are right now and what you want to do, where you want to be, and what you have to do, and just let the past be the past. It has been, it's not here anymore, and you can live in a new way in each second of your life. Or right now, let's say right now in this moment, you are free and you can do what you want to do, or you have the power to choose actually. And so anyways, that's all the past. A lot of struggle, disappointments, and whatever, with the business, with the cash flow, with the private life, many disappointments, and felt alone, lonely, disappointed, felt really down, all that. I've been, but that's, it doesn't have a meaning right now. And, but I guess sometimes people don't really see that when they watch my YouTube channel. They think, okay, this guy, it's all really good, and he could just go out and do some kind of fun videos and stuff, and they probably don't see the struggle that I've actually had or still have with my business, with cash flow, with a massive amount of crazy stuff that didn't work, and a lot of push and struggle, and they don't really see that sometimes. And they also don't know how I felt in childhood and how I felt in my upbringing, or in my basically in my youth. They don't see all that. They don't see all those moments in which I didn't know how to keep going, and they probably don't know how much more difficult it can all be when you actually have to override your instincts and just really somehow live like a robot. And that has paid me off big time actually, and people probably don't see that sometimes. They think, okay, you can just be happy and have fun all the time, but everybody who has once been in a really deep hole emotionally for a long period of time, they probably know and they value and also recognize the power of sticking to something new. And they probably know that in order for you to really change over time and get out of a very deeply rooted structure, you need to actually just somehow start with something, and then you gotta stick to it, and you just have to do it over and over again. And then over time, after weeks and months and years, slowly, step by step, you change, and you probably become successful, you become positive, and you start seeing consistency, you start seeing progress, and you also start to see stability. And that's one key, in my opinion, to really have stability in something. And the key to having stability is by just really doing something consistently over time, all the time, without caring about how you feel emotionally. And I know that from experience because that's what I've been doing with my nutrition. I've just been on a nutrition plan consistently over time, all the time, and it just works and it works all the time. It always works, and it gives you a massive amount of confidence. Now, that's it for now for this video. I hope that this one is a bit more inspiring, a bit more of a value for the subscribers. Let me know what you think, and also let me know if you have watched the whole video so far. Would be amazing to read that some people really listen to everything I just told you, and I hope you get some value. Now, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to press the like button, and if you're new here, you can just check out the channel. I guess now, after this speech, you probably have a bit of an idea of how this channel here looks like. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, being part of the channel, and see you soon in the next video.